Welcome to Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Louis Saez to win the Belmonte Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Welcome, everyone, to another week. We are again at Del Mar. We're going to try to hit that pick 5, and we're going to be using RaceLens. I want to thank them first for all the tools that they give us to handicap these races. Recap from last week. Once again, fell short by one race, finished second and one race, and all the rest. We had the winners, all the other 4. So we're just missing the pick 5s. So hopefully we hit this one at Del Mar. This one, I believe, will pay a pretty penny. So we're going to do a little reaching on some races. Excuse me. And like I said, I've always tried to keep it under that $200 ticket. And that's what I did. I'm keeping it under the $200 ticket. And we'll see my other plays from that. So we got a couple of stakes races there, and we're going to head right out to them. And the first one's about the babies, 2-year-olds fillies in the Sorrento Stakes. And here we go. It's the 5th race at Del Mar, the Sorrento Stakes. The one horse, Nooni. Well, they're all going to be lightly raced, so we're just going to start there with that. RaceLens angle. Now, remember when they're lightly raced, it's hard to get a lot of data off of them. The horse won last time as a favorite. Success is still a 5.2, which is great. The trainer's Bob Baffert. He's clicking away at 22% in the last 30 days. With this jockey, Juan Hernandez, they get 34% in the win. Now let's look at this horse a little bit. This horse went wire to wire. Most of the time, that's what Baffert horses do. One for fun. Hernandez was gearing her down. So was the 58-2 a really true number? I really doubt it. Baffert always puts in fast work, so there's nothing unusual looking at the works there being fast. Early style, yes. Can this horse go wire to wire? Yes. Is this horse a very dangerous horse for first place? Yes. 6 furlongs, I don't think this is going to be a problem for this horse. So I would definitely say this is a serious contender. The 2 horse, Casalu, another Bob Baffert horse, did the same thing. One wire to wire. Hernandez was aboard, but now Hernandez is on the 1. Okay. This horse, once again, like Baffert, usually puts in pretty nice works. That's his style. The horse has got really nice works under her belt. This horse definitely has talent. This is going to be the same angle as the last one. A horse won as a favorite last time out. Is this horse a serious contender in this race? Well, probably so. It's only a 5-horse race, so yes, first things first. Does it have a lot of speed to win? Yeah. Could probably show a little bit more. Was gearing down a little bit, got 58-1. Which one is the better of the 2? In my opinion right now, the 1 is. But, you can't really talk too bad about this horse, especially when they've only had one race under their belt. And it's kind of hard to criticize that. Remember, they're going 6 furlongs today. We have another horse here, the number 3, Night Beacon. This horse broke its maiden, first time out, only ran once. 4.5 furlongs. It's been a little while since this horse has been to the track. This trainer is a low percentage trainer overall, but let me tell you something about Ryan Hansen. I remember I trained in California. He's a very, very good trainer. So don't look at the numbers too much. He just doesn't have a huge barn like your Bob Bafferts, John Sadler's, people like that. He doesn't have that type of barn, but he usually does very well, especially with babies. And Emily, a rider that knows how to win, she doesn't pick up many mounts throughout the year, but when she does, she's a very good rider, and look out for her. Does this horse have talent to win this race? Well, it's kind of hard to say. We go off of 4.5, and then you have more than 6 months off. The horse has a 5 furlong bullet workout within the last 7 days. They're saying that's kind of a bad thing. Depends who the trainer is, depends what's going on. This trainer kind of lets them do what they want to do when he trains horses. And this horse did a 58 5 furlongs last time out. Does that mean this horse is ready? Might be. I think if you just want to play just a long shot, one horse in the race, and you just want to put a couple of dollars to win on a long shot, I think this would be the one you would probably want to look at. Kind of sneaky good trainer, sneaky good jockey, and the horse has been off for a while, since May. Okay? And to win, for me, no, but like I said, if you want to just go against the grain and not bet this race, because the one is most likely going to be a big favorite. If you don't want to bet against it, bet on it, then you probably should want to do a little long shot here. The 4, Vodka with a Twist. All right, this horse has ran 3 times. Looks like this horse is getting better every time. Phil D'Amato races this horse. Pratt won on this horse last time, wire to wire. Now we have Mike Smith. Does this horse have serious speed? Probably so. At 5 furlongs, he was running around 57 and 6. Did 110.6, 6 furlongs. The most conditioned horse in this race. Does it have more speed than the 1 or the 2? I don't know. I don't know if it has more speed. Does this horse have a shot? Well, yeah, in a 5-horse field, yeah, I think they pretty much all do have a shot here in this race. But for me, I think it's on the lower end of my exotics. I'm just going to say, it's either you go with the favorite in this race, or you could just pick whoever and just have a little fun. Don't go crazy in this race. The 5, White Sands. The last horse here, Wesley Ward, always known for having the babies ready to rock and roll. This horse is 2 for 2. Look at how big this horse has been winning by. 9.5, 13 3/4. This horse has just been destroying horses. But I don't think this horse has met horses like these in this race. Does the horse have talent? Definitely serious talent. I think it's a contender, major contender. And I think personally, if there's going to be one horse that will beat the 1, I think it would be this horse, the 5, White Sands. Wesley Ward's got a 30% in the win the last 30 days. He's got a plus 4% in the ROI, return on your investment. With this jock, Joe Bravo, they get plus 30% in the ROI. So they hook up pretty good overall. And that's how I see that race for the Sorrento. Once again, it's a baby race. It's short field. It's kind of hard. It's either you go with the favorite or you just, you get out, and just watch it, root, or maybe put a couple of dollars on the long shot. That's pretty much how I would play it if I was just going to sit there and had some kind of entertainment. Let's see how RaceLens, how they projected the race. I don't think it's going to be too much of a shock. The one horse, they got a 58% chance of winning. The 4 at 28, the 2 at 6, 5 at 4, then the 3 at 2. They see in the early part of the race, but they see them all really tight. Look at this. This is super tight. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, all in a line pretty much. Halfway through the race, still super tight. They're thinking the 5 is going to drop back a little bit. I personally think the 5 will probably stay a little closer and make one big run. I just don't know if they're going to catch the 1, but that's how they see it. Here's they're going to show true odds. True odds for the 1 is supposed to be 1 to 2. The morning line 6 to 5. I really think you're going to see 1 to 2. I really do. The 4, 5 to 2. Right now you see 4 to 1. There's a little something right there for you. So, I mean, that's really, like I said, pretty much as you go with a favorite or you don't. If you're playing any kind of pick 3s or pick 4s or whatever, it's either a single or you pick a couple of nice prices and you go for it. So, before we keep on going here, I just want to make sure that everyone, if you like this show or you like John's, Gio's, and Jim's show for Saratoga, please hit the subscribe button. Actually, it's over here, I believe. Subscribe button. And hit that little bell there, and you will get alerts of every show. Sometimes we have interviews with jockeys, trainers, and then you would get every show of John, Gio, and Jim, and myself, and whoever else will be on a special on anything. And another thing, if you have any questions for me about why trainers do certain things, about my way of handicapping, looking at horses to buy, the claim horses, or you could just want to go to the sale and you want to learn how to buy a horse, a yearling or a weanling, you can shoot me an email and I will help you out. I could even go and help you buy one. Just send me an email at charles@passthewire.com and I could help you with all that. Now we're going to get into the big race at Del Mar, and then we'll get to my pick 5, which is the big race is the Yellow Ribbon. And here we go. That'll be the 8th race. Here we go. Another short field, people. I'm sorry. I don't put the horses in the field. These are the stakes races at Del Mar for this Saturday. So, but still a nice little field here. And the first horse, the number 1 horse, Uncorked. This horse, or this mare, I should say, she's got some talent. The last time out, she didn't show too much, but the time before that, she won by 2 lengths. She did very well. Franca Dettori, which is actually in New York, riding right now, did a good job with her. This horse won at a grade 3. This is a grade 2, by the way. Last time out won a grade 1. She just caved in at the end. Antonio, excellent rider, and especially on turf. Overall, I think he could give her a really nice ride. Phil D'Amato on turf. Everyone knows the bet Phil D'Amato on turf, right? That's the old saying there, basically at Del Mar and Santa Anita. Phil D'Amato on the last 30 days, about 14%, doing okay. Antonio's at 11%, doing all right. There's no RaceLens angle here for this horse. So I see this horse as more of a pressure horse, sitting pretty close, maybe second at best, most likely around 3rd or 4th. Trying to make, one big move. And I think that would put this horse in contention for that win spot. Does this horse have this chance of winning? Yeah, it's a chance of winning. The horse has got serious talent. Look at this horse and play it, especially in exactas. I would definitely put this horse in exactas. The 2, Anisette, definitely the favorite of the race. Rightfully so. This horse has won back-to-back races, grade ones. Umberto is riding again. Leonard Powell, excellent trainer, even though some of his numbers right now don't look quite the big numbers, but he does get a plus 7% ROI. So sometimes you don't look at those numbers. I'm going to tell you up front that he's a heck of a trainer and should never be overlooked when he has a horse in. This horse is probably a little bit more of a come from behind, but I think this horse could sit pretty close. I think this is the horse that's going to sit in the catbird seat, as we call it, which is right around fourth, really close to the pace. And I think this horse is going to make one big run. The favorite should have win. I personally think this is your horse to beat. So look out. And we'll check out the other runners. The 3. Fornet Overwana. I think I just butchered that up pretty bad. But Brendan Walsh, trainer, last 30 days, 18% plus 6% ROI. He's a very good trainer, well known throughout the states. Juan Hernandez is aboard, one of the top jockeys there at Del Mar. Win percentage right now in the last 30 days, 25%. Last 10 days, 33%. He's been on fire. Plus ROI of 32%. So definitely a rider that could get the most out of horses. This horse, I don't know about this. I had a little bit of questions about myself on this horse. I think this horse could be sitting another one that would like the pressure a little bit. I just don't know if this horse could do it in this race. I think the top 2 horses for sure are better than her. So if anything, I think this is more on the exotic sides for this horse. That's how I see it. But I don't want to talk anybody out of something. But that's how I see it. And like I said, the last 3 weeks, one race away from hitting pick 5s. But let's see what we could do. The number 4 horse, Lucky Girl. Hasn't been so lucky the last couple of times. Has finished 4th, ran even the last 2 times. Runs well, keeps up, has decent speed. Look at this early pace, 104, middle pace 105. But then she does slow down at the end. So is she going to be your serious pressure horse? Maybe. Might even find herself on the lead, maybe. But I think this is the serious pressure horse. Can she win? For me, no, more on the exotics. I just don't think she's got that late kick like the others do. For example, we'll go back to the 2, the late kick. Look at this, 118 in the late pace. This horse gets faster as they go through the race. 93, 101, 118. Okay, so Lucky Girl. I just don't. I think she's going to give way at the end, especially down the stretch. Here's the RaceLens angle. It's going to be a negative. Has a fast furlong, a 5 furlong workout in the last 7 days. And yeah, she worked out 1 minute, pretty much 1 minute flat on the turf, 5 furlongs. That's a very good workout. But I personally don't look at the times of workouts. I like seeing the difference in how many days between workouts. You know, you got the July 28th, you got July 21st, July 14th. Those are all 7 days apart or so. I mean, if you're getting give or take a day, but as long as you're within 7 days, give or take a day, that's excellent. I think that's really good for training. The 5 horse, Bella Bell. Phil D'Amato, trainer. This horse definitely has got the speed. Probably your most likely leader of this race. Horse always goes out about a 101, has 101 at the end, but sort of like Lucky Girl, kind of gives way at the end. She has a negative angle also, the same thing, fast fast 5 furlong workout, which is pretty much the same time. But like I told you, I personally don't care about the times of workouts as long as I see them and they're nice, evenly spread out. So with this horse, I think this horse is going to be out in front. Does this horse have the chance of winning? Could this horse steal it? Yeah. If they all leave her alone, if they let her just go by herself and she carves, let's just say let's say 113 for 6 furlongs. Yeah, she's probably going to win. Okay. I think they're going to keep her honest enough to get her right around 111. Maybe between 111 and 112, but I see a 111-ish, like 111.3, maybe 112, 6 furlong mark. And I think that will pretty much do her in. There's plenty of pace horses to push her along. But she is going to be hard to beat down the lane, but she depends on how big of a lead, pretty much. The 6th horse, Eversmart. Neil Drysdale. In case anybody does not know who Neil Drysdale is, he's been around for a very long time in California. Excellent trainer, and a lot of people know him as a turf trainer, as they say, but he is an excellent trainer. He knows how to get the horses to the races. This horse last time out ran pretty even overall at Del Mar in the Daisy Cutter. She's got a negative angle here. What is it here? Form second start after a layoff, out of the money. That's not too good. Yeah, you want your first one. Of course, you always want to win, always. But after a layoff, you want to see improvements. That's why the third time after a layoff is usually their best race. But she just ran even. She has Mike Smith aboard, old veteran. Knows what to do. For me, in this race, I'm going to stay away from her because I think the 1 is for sure too much for her, and possibly, the 1's too much for her, and for sure the 2 is too much for her. So I just don't see her doing much damage at all. So there we have it. The 8th race, the Yellow Ribbon Stakes race. Now let's see how RaceLens, how they came up with the race, how it's going to unfold in their eyes. Of course, it's all done by how you program it. And here we go. All right. This is how they see it. And the first early going, the 1-4-5. Like we said, a lot of pace horses. They're very tight. Look at this. 101, 104, 102. These 3 will be pushing it. There's that 2 sitting right there at 93. Now, she might be a couple of lengths off in the early beginning. I wouldn't worry about it. Middle of the race, I still see her approximately 2, maybe 3 lengths off of them. You still have the 1 and 4 out there battling it. Remember, I told you, Lucky Girl will have some speed. Look out. She will push. So they still have those 4 up there. But they say at the end, the 2, an 83% chance of winning. That's how I see it. They have the 1 finishing second with a 5%. That's how I see it. They have the 5 finishing third. That's how I see it. They have the 3 finishing fourth. Well, I think the 4 could finish fourth, personally. I think Lucky Girl could hang in there for a piece of the pie and get something else. Let's look at the show of the odds here, huh? They have the 2 at 1-5. The morning line is 3-5. You're going to see 1-5. Okay. And you're probably thinking, how do they come up with all these, how they, throughout the race, where they think they're going to be placed and how they think they're going to finish. Now, remember, How they think they're going to go in the front, they go off of their speed ratings, what they're given their speed ratings, power ratings in the early part of the race. So you got the 1 at 102 and change, the 4 at 104, and then the 5 at 101 and change. Okay, so that's how you come up with that. How you come up with the finish is what I put in there, what I believe is what's very important to me in a race, okay? So when you go out and buy RaceLens, hopefully this weekend, go into this where it says adjust win percentage probable factors. So this is the probable factors, okay? Speed, 0 being the worst, okay, and 5 being the highest, factor. I put it as 4, okay? Speed's very important a lot of times, but I personally believe, especially in stakes races now, and maybe depending on like maiden races sometimes, but I do it more on stakes and allowance races. That class is the highest thing you could put it on. Their form, pretty important, especially with the older horses. The young ones, like you saw in that first race that we covered, the Sorrento, in the 5th race, there's no form. I mean, they all won pretty much last time out. So, but in this one, form is very important to me. Not the highest, but very important. The distance, I put it medium. It's more of a medium thing because you get horses that have a lot of class, sometimes could win a little shorter or a little longer just because of their class. And same thing with speed. Jockey and the jockey trainer combo, pretty important. Jockeys are important, don't get me wrong. But when you're looking at jockeys and the high percentage of jockeys that ride most of the stakes races, let's just take your top 20 jockeys that ride in the majority of stakes races. They're all excellent. They're all excellent. They all have their own strengths. They all have their own weaknesses. So I put it a medium on that. The pace of the race is pretty important for me. Trainer is higher than the jockey for me. It's who your trainer is, especially if you follow a certain track or a certain state or anything like that. Like everyone knows, majority of people in California knows that Baffert trains his horses fast and hard all the time. There's trainers in California that are known that never put a fast work in a horse, but they always have them ready to win. Remember, to me, the time does not matter. It's about how far apart these workouts are. And it's the same thing for trainers in Kentucky and New York and all that, and Florida. Some are known for certain things. I think trainers are very important, sometimes more important than the jockey, depending on the situation, okay? The track. You get horses for courses. I think it's pretty important, but not, it's okay, especially if some horses travel well and they can handle almost any kind of track. The angles in a stakes race, overall, I think they're okay. And same thing with the track conditions, because I think personally a horse in form and the horse that is the class of the race can handle most of the time any type of track. So now on to my picks and my pick 5. Let's hope that week 4 is the magic number of me hitting that pick 5. I also do believe it's going to pay pretty decent at Del Mar. I think there's some good chances out there. Click on it. Come on. Oh, it would help. There we go. And here we go. First, we're going to start in that 5th race. This is how I see the race: 1, 5, 2, 4. This is exactly 1 on top of the 5. Pretty basics. That's just the 2-year-old stakes race. The 6th race starts the pick 5. In the 6th race, I do like the 1, 3, 2, 7. In the pick 5, I put the 1, 3, 2. I have to keep this down to under 200, like I always say I always will. So I spread out on other races trying to get some prices here and there. But the 1, 3, 2, they're, if one of those come in, we're going to start off okay. the 7th race, I like the 7-5-3-1. In that second leg of the pick 5, I have the 7-5-3-1-11-9. So we are spreading out there pretty good. We have 6 horses in there, and we got some prices in there. This is where one of them we're hoping to hit a home run somewhere. In that third leg, which would be the 8th, the yellow ribbon, I am 2 single. I got to single somebody. I'm going to single the 2. Okay. The 9th, once again, I'm going to spread out a little bit. I'm going 5 horses. I'm going 8, 6, 5, 11, 7. And then that final race, the 10th race, I'm going 4 horses deep, 7, 3, 1, 6. And hopefully we hit that pick 5. Here's that 7th race. I'm playing a superfecta in the 7th race. Remember I said that's the one I have 6 horses in their pick 5. I'm trying to hit a super here. I'm going with the 7-5 on top. Then I'm going my top 4 picks in the 2nd spot. And then I'm going the top, 6 picks in the 3rd and 4th spot to get hopefully that super. The 8th race, 2 is going to be a huge favorite. And if anything, I would just put the 2 over the 1. I might not even do that. It just depends on what the 1's odds are. I want at least between $8 and $10 on my exacta. So check that out. Check it all out and see what the probable pays are going to be. And the 9th race, I like the, like I said, 8, 6, 5, 11. I'm doing the try with the 8, 6 on top. Of course, the 8, 6 is going to be in the 2nd and 3rd spot with the 5 and 11 on both spots there. So that's how I see the try. And then the 10th race, I like 7, 3, 1, 6. And I'm just going to do a try box and try to close out the day with a little bit more money in my pocket, hopefully, but mainly hitting that pick 5 and cashing out at a decent number. That's my main goal there. So there you have it. Another week at Del Mar. And let's go out there and get some winners. And until next time, I will see you later.
Tracking trips from Past the Wire and the Pick 6 King, John Stetton. As your handicapping partner, John is your second set of eyes on the past performances, replays, numbers, trips, and more, helping you find the angles and plays others miss. Each week you get expert analysis, smarter ways to press your opinions, and the keys to cashing bigger tickets. Tracking trips from Past the Wire. Give yourself an edge and partner with a pro. Get a second set of trained, experienced eyes. Join today. Membership has its benefits.
Classic. Vino Rosso has taken the lead. And it's a vintage performance by Vino
Rosso. Nobody does it better.